We're headed to the Mamanuca Islands in Fiji on this boat with a highlight stop at Monoriki Island, where the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks was filmed. We'll see what it's like to set foot on a deserted island, check out a secluded sandbar, face one of our fears, and of course, spend a little quality time with cute Wilson. Should this tour be on your bucket list? It's time to find out. It's about 7 in the morning. We have an hour drive over to Port Denarau, where our boat's gonna pick us up. So we're about to head to a quick breakfast. Driver Abe is speeding so we can make it on time. We're staying on the Coral Coast at Shangri-La Yanuka Island Resort. Keep in mind that if you stay on the Coral Coast and do this tour, you'll need to factor in the ride over to Port Denarau. So booking your tour with transfer like we did is worth it. Okay, we just finished breakfast. We are hauling it to the main lobby to catch our tour bus, and we have like 3 minutes, so we make it. The driver was late and we started thinking we were going to miss the boat, but they just showed up. Similar to the ride from the airport, it's a scenic ride, and we got to see some iconic spots along the way, which was an added plus. Once you arrive at Port Denarau, it's a quick and easy walk from the terminal drop-off point to the check-in desk. Don't worry, if you find yourself walking through a creepy-looking alleyway, you're headed in the right direction. Even without an escort, we would have easily found the blue Cruisin Fiji signs.
I'm ready, let's do it. Cruisin Fiji.
It's a beautiful morning, so we're hoping for a nice day out on the water.
So we're about to do Cruisin Fiji's famous day tour. We'll go out to the Mamanuca Islands. We're ready to rock and roll.
Hola! Hola! My name is Paul, or you can call me Superman.
Quick shout out to the best tour leader ever. He's pretty awesome.
That's a Captain Mr. Gabby.
Hola, hola everyone!
Hola, Gabby! Our first destination is called Monu Sand Bar. After Monu Sand Bar, we heave up anchor, cruising further to our next stop, which is called Monu Island. After Monu Island, cruising around to our last stop, which is called Monoriki Island. And later on, we'll round up everyone. That is to get into our transfer boat, back into this one, on our way back home.
But we're just getting started. We were invited to sit up at the top for a better view, and so far, this is turning out to be a smooth ride.
We're on our way to the
Sandbar.
Sandbar.
I think it's the Monu Sand Bar. I don't know if you can even hear us. We forgot to mic up.
The wind is flapping in our face.
Forget miking up. We're taking it all in before we get to our first stop. The last time we tried to visit a sandbar was in Maldives. Basically, we got distracted and missed out on seeing it before the water level rose above it, so we are ready to see this one. Yeah. Okay, the water is more rough than it looks. It's the middle of the ocean.
Babe, I can stand.
I can't.
I can.
I need help. Well, until Ursula gives me longer legs, I have Abe's.
There we go.
We can't get over the white sand, and it's pretty cool that this sandbar is only visible for certain parts of the day. Really, the best thing to do here is to take a walk, take some photos, or enjoy the snorkeling in the crystal clear water. Basically, just live your best life. But it's time to head back to the boat to hop to our next stop, Monu Island. Did I mention the water is crystal clear? Well, if not, here you go. Now, I kind of wish we would have made time for snorkeling, but no time for that. We have a boat to catch. And of course, I'm hitching a ride on my favorite floaty. We're coming up to Monu Island, and there we get to take a little swim before heading over to the main event of the day. Since we're feeling on top of the world right now, I think we're about to get ourselves into a little crazy behavior.
No, we're just jumping. Oh my God, are you ready? Let me just jump a little bit. That's scary!
Okay, before we do this, let me explain. The jump from the top of the boat to the water is about 30 feet. That might not seem like much, but for someone like me who's scared of heights, this feels like a death jump into the deep abyss where my imagination will run wild and attract a nearby shark who's just waiting for a Nina and Abe steak. I'm terrified.
All right, to victory and beyond. Wait, what does Buzz Lightyear say?
To infinity and beyond!
To infinity,
To infinity
and beyond.
1, 2, 3. Yes! Cool.
That was terrifying! We did it!
I know. Somehow.
I wasn't ready for that. That was scary.
Probably only like 30 30 feet, but...
Okay. Let me get my bearings for a second. Whoa.
So we survived, but my swimsuit didn't. Thank goodness I brought an extra one just in case. We're coming up on Monoriki, so I'm changing really fast. This is the moment we've been waiting for, and the whole reason we booked this tour, to set foot on Monoriki Island. We're hopping into smaller boats in groups of about 10, but Abe's boat might have a problem.
We're sitting on a boat where my big butt has tilted it over a little bit. It's a little tricky to... We're recovering because we're putting weight on it.
I don't know about you, but if I had to be stranded on an island, I'd pick something like this. The water is beautiful, and since we know we'll be rescued by our boat later, there are no regrets leaving it behind. He made it! Abe almost fell out of the boat. Included in our tour is lunch on Monoriki Island. So, we're practicing being unofficial castaways and making the hot trek through the sand to the shaded covering up ahead. I'm ready to dive in, but I'm waiting on Abe, who finally decided he would put on some sunscreen. He's headed back from a smaller boat again. Now, we can pick up where we left off.
So we have with us local chicken, home-cooked spinach that they do in coconut, sweet potato, cassava, which is a local starch, some bread, some potato salad. I'm ready to eat. Let's go.
Lunch is really good, but before we go explore a little, we have to do our dramatic
Wilson!
It's crazy to think that this island was an actual movie set for Castaway. The staff took some of the guests on a tour to see more of the island and artifacts from the movie, but we chose to spend our last 30 minutes or so on the beach, taking photos and taking in the views. Now it's time to head back to our boat so we can finish up our tour here at the Mamanuca Island.
Nina with one last swim before we leave.
Yes, I doggy paddle, and yes, I know there's a proper way to swim, but this is still my version of a big girl swim. It works! Abe is down below because he is sunburned. I always tell him to put sunscreen on, and he did it when it was too late. So I have the whole upper deck to myself. This tour was absolutely worth the trip and made all of our castaway dreams come true, plus some. We faced away from the sun on the way out, so Abe got to join me up top. But just when we thought the adventure was over, we and our Aussie friends decided it was time to unleash our hidden talent and start a boat tour singing group, complimentary for the crew and guests on board.
I really need you tonight.
Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight.
Now I'm only falling apart.
I don't know what to do.
Ready?
It's totally crazy.